Good morning and welcome to another edition of Outside of Genie, where we will do a preview today for Durbanville, 8th of September. Before we do our preview and look at the odds and the form, just one or two things I would like to touch on. First of all, Outside of Genie is not a tipping service. What we do is we are form analyzers. We analyze form and then we look for possible outsiders that punters can include into their play and add to their own selections. And when those outsiders arrive, they can then get the bigger payout, because that is what punters ultimately strive on, is to catch the big one, because punting favorites for most punters is not an option. Please note that this preview is sponsored by Meerkat online auctions. I'll tell you a little bit more about this wonderful opportunity that Meerkat is going to give people to be able to own a share in a racehorse. If you want to receive this preview on a daily basis, please hit the subscribe now button and ring the bell, and you'll be notified every day when our video are posted. We are also available on Twitter, Instagram, and there is our contact details and WhatsApp 083 585 5133. We offer a subscription where we send you our selections every day. We have a special offer now going at this stage. Our normal package is 500 per month. If you sign up now, you can get the selections from now till end of September for 350 Rand. Then we have a very special offer. If you sign up for the summer season in Gauteng, that's from September to November, end of November, you can sign up and you'll get a 50% discount. Instead of paying 500 Rand a month, you'll pay 250. So the total package for the 3 months will cost you 715 Rand. When you subscribe, this is what you get. You get Outsiders Genie's form analysis. You get race by race selections. We give you an outright winner and 2 possible outsider selections. The outright winner is the horse that we think can win the race. Now, I have in the past, as recently as about 2 weeks ago, I gave a horse called Whirly, which was 50 to 1 at that time, as an outright winner, not as a possible outsider, but as an outright winner. And I think he won by 2 or 3 lengths. Then we give you value bets, normally depending on the size of the field, 6 to 1 and bigger, that you can play each way. So even if the horse doesn't win, you play it each way, you still get, and it pays more than 2 Rand for the place. You get your money back plus a little bit profit. Then we try to give best bets of the day. We try to give decent value. I don't have to give you 8 to 10 shots. You can find that yourself. But I'm trying to find value, and I have given best bets at high as 6 to 1 that has won. We also give you trifecta and quartet selections, which you can play as is, or use some of our numbers, add them to your numbers. That is your choice. About 3 weeks ago, I gave one at the Vaal that paid 15,000 Rand. We also give affordable PA and pick 6 selections. You can play it as is, or you can take that, add your numbers to it, or just use some of those numbers that you don't have and put it into your pick 6 or PA and play accordingly. If you do subscribe, we will add you to a group, a paid group, and then you will get the selections every day in this form. A 1-page form that will give you all your race by race selections, pick 6, PA, trifectas and quartets, your value bets, your best bets, and then we give a small patent. A patent is the same thing as a Yankee, but only just 3 horses that you can try. You don't have to lay out a lot of money for it. If it comes, you collect a little bit. If it doesn't, it's not like you've got the house on it. So let's have a look at the form now. Now, the first 2 races, there's no form to us, for me to assess. So I don't give selections on that. But for the sake of the people who wants to know the betting, let's start with race 1. The betting is number 9, Hardekoele, 14 to 10. I'm looking forward to the commentary on this race. because I want to hear this English commentator announce this name, Harde Kohle. I've got a few variations, but I'll keep that to myself. Possible things that they are going to call this horse. Then number 6-2-1 as Carlo Collodi, Cams Bay 8-1, Real Gone Kit 8-1, 10-1 His Choice, Theory of Flight 18-1, and 40-1 and longer the rest. So let's have a look at race 2. We have here an import, Kitty Cat Chat 17-10, Petronella is 4-1. That's my sister's name. I must tell her about that. My sister is running at Durbanville today. Perfect Princess 11-2, Wild Creature 7-1, 11-2, Maralisa, Opera Swing 12-1, Gaily Curl 14-1, Dark Travel 20-1, Perfect Display 25-1, and 30 feet and longer the rest. Let's have a look at race number 3, where the betting is number 8, March 4, 11-10, Tara IT 5-2, 11-2, Ford Agopine, Alfred's Legacy 11-2, My Intuition 11-1, 18-1 Bromance, and 20-1 and longer the rest. So let's have a look at the race number 3. Let's have a look at the form. Here I want to go down to the favorite is number 8, Magic 4. It's a dynasty by a Jetmaster, very well bred. Has had 2 races and now going over the 1600 meter for the first time. Will probably be more effective. But to be honest, yeah, this horse, okay, the first race was okay. The second race, there was, a soft going, and he stayed on about 26.5 for 400 to finish, but the going was soft, so that can be taken in account. Do have a chance, but I think 11-10 in a betting is a bit short for this horse. And my preference for this race goes to number 10, Tara IT. This horse is very well bred, fairly turned as a good horse in itself, and I think has already thrown quite a few nice foals. So by Karari and the 2010 by Silvano, this horse debuted behind Zolaki. And I think Zolaki ran second the other day again. It was also Kenilworth Heavy. The only thing about this is drawn 10, but yeah, it is what it is. And I do like the look of number 10, Tara IT. Other horses that you can look at in this race, let's go to the top. Here we have Ford Akopane, Harold Crawford and his daughter, Michelle Reach. Yeah, he's been running a few places and was also in that race behind Zo Lucky, but it said lack extra, but definitely inclusion in your quartets. Alfred Legacy, already a 5-year-old, but only has had 9 runs, so must have had a few problems before and started late. That ran well behind Elusive Tango last time out on the Durbanville course, over course and distance. And yeah, I think Alfred's Legacy can run a forward race again. I know the stable are informed they're having a few winners, so definitely inclusion in all your calculations. 3 Jacks to Jesse to the scratch. Then here's number 4, My Intuition is a Rock of Gibraltar by Woodman May, Beireveld riding. And it says here late, what is it, late progress. And yeah, this horse is also 25.7 on the soft behind Master of Power, fastest 400 to finish. And I think definitely today from draw 6 can definitely improve and be involved in the finish. Fire for sure is a scratching. Yes, another horse that you need to include in all your play, Handyman Can. This horse improved from his first to his second race over the 1400 meters. Now going 1600 meters, I think, which will even suit him better. So do include Handyman Can. I see it's ownership of Vaughan Marshall himself. So that concludes race 3. Let's move on to race number 4, which is a merit rated 74 handicap, Class D, average merit rating 68. The betting is as follows. Number 5, Brother Louis 3-1, Cyber Law 3-1, Magic Mike 3-10, Veratum 6-1, Top Rank 10-1, All in Line 11-1, Elusive Tango, and 40-1, Eskitsa. So just for those of you who don't know, that Jeff Woodruff has located all his horses to Cape Town, so he's now training from Cape Town again, and he has the favorite you're running today. But in this race, my preference is going for number 1, Magic Mike. As you would have seen here, it says that the average merit rating is 68 Class D. Now, for you that don't know that, every time a race, they take the average merit rating of that race, and that determines the strength of the field. So the higher the merit rating is, the higher the strength of the field was, the better is the field. So now if we look at Magic Mike has been running in A divisions, B divisions, 89s, 86. Yeah, now here he finds himself in a D division at 68, which he hasn't run in for a long time. Last time out, there was a lot of talk about this horse winning, and I do feel today, down in class, only carrying 60, so that's not a killer. He's nicely drawn from draw 4, and I do feel that Magic Mike is going to have a huge chance in this race. If you look back in his form there, Knights Templar, Bulgarian, he used to be an 89, now a 74. So I think today might be the day that Magic Mike is going to break that spell of 640 days since last win. Yeah, the other horses of chances, Veratrium can place in with a small chance. Elusive Tango just won a maiden after 12 tries, 11 tries. Not for me today. This is Kista, unfortunately, last time. I don't know what happened there, but that horse ran the dismal race. Hopefully it can improve. Brother Louis is 57, getting minus 1.5. Has been running there and thereabouts. But man, I mean, if you look at the 71 and you look at the class, Magic Mike has been competing. It's in a much higher class, although the horse will carry a little bit less than Magic Mike. Saber Law last time out was favorite, but I think more about the -4. Today carrying 57, but has finished 1 length behind Gauteng, which was a very good effort. So definitely a horse to include into your calculations, although it disappointed last time out. Top Rank, I think Top Rank is a huge runner in this race, coming from Joburg, having run also against some little bit better opposition in this race. So definitely, I think the big danger to Magic Mike is Top Rank. All in Line, Vaughan Marshall is getting -4, but the form not too expiring. But with the -4, this makes it always dangerous. So if you can afford it in your pick 6, do include number 8 just in case this jockey goes to the front and slip the field. That has happened. That is something that happens quite often in Cape Town. So let's move to race number 5, which is a filly mare 89 divided handicap, Class B, merit rating 84 over 1800 meters. The betting is as follows. Number 2, Elusive Fortune, 5-2. Secret Depth, 7-2. Rewrite the Star, 7-2. Silver Tara, 5-1. Miss Ladida, 5-1. 15-2. Midnight Moonlight, 18-1. Bold Diva. Now let's look at this race again. It's Class B, average merit rating 84. Now here we have Elusive Fortune, which have been, I want to go to number 1, Secret Depth first. Now Secret Depth has run against much stronger opposition than she'll ever find in this race. Here she ran in a 93 behind Water Spirit, Lady Riff, Water Spirit again, Quick Step Lady, 83, 90. Last time out, ran well behind Icon's Process, stayed on, and I do believe that the 1800 meters, she's run it twice, and has got one win over 1800 meters. And today, I think Secret Depths would be a hard horse to beat. Number 2, Elusive Fortune. In her last 3 runs, she has been involved in deals behind Dynastic Light, Dynastic Light, Dynastic Light. Now, also, she has also run behind Lady Briv. Now, if you want to have a look, let's just compare here. On the 28th of December, there at 2087, this horse was carrying 61, and this was carrying 59, so there was 2 kilograms difference, and she finished in front of Lady of Elusive Fortune. And then again in the race on the 25th of January, the 25th of January, let's just quickly go there. The 25th of January, again, this horse was carrying 59, and Lady Briv was carrying 55. So there was 3 kilograms in difference in weight. Now there's a 1.5 kilogram, but I do believe that. And then I also have the race behind Water Spirit, which was the 8th of February. 8th of February, Water Spirit. She ran 1.5. So I would think Secret Depth do have the beating of number 2, Elusive Fortune. And in my mind today, this is the best bet on the card, except for another horse, but that horse is so short, you can't back him. So I would then think today, Secret Depth definitely in with a huge chance. Kunai Offer has ridden his horse 4 times for a win, 2/3 in a 4th. And I think today he's going to clock up his 2nd win on this horse. I'm not going to dwell on the other horses. They all got chances. Silver Tiara, Bull Diva is a long shot, but has run a few decent races over 1800 meters. So do include into your quartets. Let's move on to race number 6, where we have a Fillies and Mares 74 divided handicap over 1800 meters. Class D average minute rate is 69. Race 6, the betting is as follows. Number 6, race number 2, race 6, number 2, Winter's Awakening 52, 5-2, The Wild 7-2, Duchess of State 5-1, Luna Choose 5-1, 12-1, Jolly Josephine, Big Sue's 12-1, What a Jewel 14-1, Miss DeRay 14-1, and 25-1, and longer the rest. Now, in my mind, this is probably the most open race on the card. And here I want to go for a nice outsider, which you need to include Jolly Josephine. Now, this race is over 1800 meters. Now, last time you would look at this last race, and you would discard this horse. But you're going to make a huge mistake, because that was over 1400 meters. And I can tell you now, Jolly Josephine is not a 1400 meter horse. I think her best distance is 1800 and above. Because yes, she ran over 1800 in a Val behind Jive Express. And Jive Express is not a donkey, and that was a merit rated 78. Now she finds herself in a merit rated 69. At that stage, her merit rating was 78. It's now a 73. And yet again, also behind Silver Red, a 73. Then she won on Kimberley over the 1600 meters. Then in the Cape, she's run against in an 81, 2.7 behind Cruise Along. 66, ran 5 lanes behind Rosary Run, lack finish, but again, that was over the 1950. Then she ran in the C division against Dynastic Light, 1.6, and we just saw Dynastic Light form in the previous race. So I do believe with Bielefeld on board today, this horse is a huge runner despite of his price of 14-1. Guys, help yourself, go each way, take a few bets, a few rand on this horse. And then just for good measure, take the exacta with the stable companion, which is number 6, Duchess of State. Duchess of State, I would also think the 1800 meters will suit. Hasn't run 1800 meters, but the way it comes from behind and runs on last time, it was 2nd fastest finish behind Rocket Girl. Muzi Yeni, I would think Muzi Yeni and Corey Lensley has a long history together. So I would think that Muzi Yeni might have had the choice on this on the horses, but I still think that Jolly Josephine is a better choice than Duchess of State. Duchess of State also starting from draw 10, whereby Jolly Josephine starting from draw 2, which is also in his favor. This is going to be a very interesting race. There are other horses with chances. Winter's Awakening, he ran also behind Rocket Girl, ran behind, just behind Duchess of State. Let me just quickly have a look here. Ran 6, carried 59. Is now carrying 60. And Duchess of State carried 57.5. Now carrying 57.5 again. So there's a few, there's a kilogram in Jade. So Duchess of State should finish in front of Winter Awakening again. And yeah, there it is, because the merit rating was dropped to a 71. And I think this horse merit rated stayed the same. No, he also dropped a little bit. But yeah, there is a small 59 and 59 and 57.5. So there was 1.5 kilograms, and now yeah, there is definitely a swing of 1 kilogram in favor of Duchess of State. Another horse that you need to keep an eye on is this Miss de Ray. Again, we have this Jacobs on board. He's very competent jockey. He's been running winning a few races. And this horse also ran in this race behind Rocket Girl. But you might find that this horse also is going to prefer the 1800 meters and getting the -4, only carrying less 2 kilograms. Definitely the horse that you want to include in your pick 6 and your quartets. So all in all, race number 6, an open race, include as many horses as you can afford. Race number 7 is a conditions plate. And let's have a look here at the betting. You see, here you have your other short favorite. Obviously, Third Runaway, 15-20. Queen of Quiet, 3-1. Icon Princess, 13-2. Cavaline, 12-1. Duchess of Bourbon, 16-1. Crusade, 16-1. Drama Queen, 20-1. Now, when you look at your assessment, when you look at your conditions plate, you look at the best weighted columns. Here we have Third Runaway, Duchess of Bourbon, Drama Queen, Queen of Quiet, Hello Winter, Hello Winter, Winter is scratched. Also, Hayden's Idea is scratched. So here's number 3, Third Runaway. Now, Third Runaway, I mean, this horse has run against exceptionally good opposition in the past. And yeah, I really can't see this horse getting beaten, but I have seen horses like this getting beaten. And the horse I fear most is this number 8, Kathleen. It's from the same stable. But the thing is, this horse is getting -4. You know, it's a huge difference in ways that Third Runaway is carrying 54. So that's 6 kilograms to 50. It's nearly 10 kilograms difference. If this horse goes to the front, especially on the Durbanville track, this horse ran against Kelpie. Kelpie, not a slouch. So he can skip away, and it can be hard for Third Runaway to run him down. So definitely a very dangerous horse. You do need to include this into your play in your pick 6s today, because I do think Kathleen, look, that weight is going to be a factor in this race, definitely. Another horse you need to look at is Queen of Quiet. This King's Barnes out of a tripping mare. This horse also has got huge potential. Ran second to Mississippi Burning. Mississippi Burning won that other big race, then won 3 races in a row. And yeah, I definitely think this horse has got ability. Last time out was coming from behind, 25-1, fastest 400, late run from rear. And I do think this horse can be Third Runaway's biggest opposition. So do include the 5 and the 8 into your pick 6s, because that is what I have done. Let's move then on to the last race, which is the 8th race, 14-1, 1400 meters. And it's a Phillies Mares handicap, 76. Here we have number 7, Major Attraction, 22-10, Alfred's Girl, 4-1, Windsor Beat, 4-1, Mosaine, 7-1, Faye, 15-2, Miss Millstream, 11-1. and 12-1 favor me. Initially, when I did my assessment for this race, I was looking at number 1 favor me. This horse won at 60-1 last time out, and then ran in some higher handicaps. So, but then I found some other horses who also got some good form. But I would think that if you do not play the field in a pick six, you do need to include favor me into your quartets, pick sixes, and all play. I think if this horse comes in, it will make a difference in your payouts. Alfred's Girl has been running well, has won 2 in a row before the rest, then came back after the race and one run behind on captain's side. That has won again. So definitely Alfred's Girl in with a chance. Now the horse that I do favor in this race is number 4, Noble Rhythm. Because of the -4 it's carrying, it's drawn 4. But it was also run against some stronger opposition. This is a merit rating, average merit rating 74. Class D. So she has run in an 84 year, didn't run too bad, and but hasn't run this distance of 1400 meters. But I do feel on this breeding would not have a problem going this distance. Yes, she has as a maiden ran behind Fleas and Queen's Bars, so definitely those are not donkeys. So my selection in this race is number 4, Noble Rhythm. Other horses you can look at is number 3, Faye, has been running there and thereabouts, also running in higher classes, 83, 84, 82. Now Bielefeld on board, drawn 2. So Faye also in with a chance. Other horses you can look at is number 5, Windsor Beat. Windsor Beat is also, he ran behind captain's side, and captain's side has won again. There he ran behind Force a Crowd. Force a Crowd was won again after that. So I think that already 2 races after that. So definitely a horse that has been running against also decent opposition with draw 3, Craig Jackie on board can be a factor. Then we have horses that just won their maidens, 3-year-olds, 2-year-olds just turned 3-year-olds. And I see the horse is favorite as well as number 8, Muson. Now, please don't get me wrong. I don't say these horses cannot win. But this time of the year, it is a known fact also over the years that the 3-year-olds, they battle a little bit against the older horses. But okay, remember that, especially in a maiden plate, but this is now a handicap. But I am still old school, and I maybe need to start changing my thoughts that I don't normally back a horse that has just won its maiden. I normally wait and see what happens. But Major Traction, very well bred. So do include in all your bets. But I won't go like put the house on them. And the same goes for number 8. Also very well bred. The Captain of L, or Captain L by Silvano May. I mean, where do you want to get better breeding? So they're not without chances, but there is really some 1 or 2 hard knockers in this race, and definitely they would have a chance. Now, before I finish, I just want to quickly tell you about Meerkat Online. Meerkat Online, is starting this new trend in fractional racehorse ownership auction in South Africa, where you will be able to buy a share in a racehorse. So you can now go and bid online and buy a share. In other words, you can buy 10% or 20% in a racehorse in training. And they're having this sale on the 15th of October. You can sit in the comfort of your home, starting at 6:30 in the evening. The sale will go well because there's time limits between the bids, so it's not going to be a long, drawn-out auction. You can enjoy yourself, get a few mates together, put money together, and then you bid, and you can buy a share in a racehorse. If you are interested in wants to be a racehorse owner, you just send us a WhatsApp and your reference ownership. Or if you're currently a racehorse owner or trainer and you're looking to sell some shares in a racehorse, then you WhatsApp us on the same number, 061 231 0193, and you say reference sell share. So thank you for listening to this preview. I hope you make a lot of money and have, as I always say, break a leg.